Hello and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. So I was doing a new campaign, now in the 1.08 version. And my gimmick was that I was playing as Colin, which basically meant that I limited myself to making ships that had to be 20% cheaper. And I figured out the base cost by using the AI auto design thing, just re-rolling 5 times, averaging the cost, and then subtracting 20% of that. But as you notice, it's not 1.08 anymore, it's 1.08.1, because a new hotfix patch released just a couple of minutes ago while I was eating dinner. So let's just restart the campaign. Things were kind of weird anyway, so might as well. That's the reality of this game at this stage. Things do get kind of weird sometimes during the campaign. So I'm gonna start at 1900. That should give me my first dreadnought within a year or two. And in the campaigns now, unlike what was previously the case, you might have seen me play this game this winter. In the campaign now, the campaigns do last a lot longer. You have multiple cycles of war and peace. There are more nations involved. It's not just British versus Germany. You now have the French, Italians, and Austria-Hungary. Yeah, 1900, difficulty legendary. That just gives the AI like magically a lot more money, so they don't go broke so fast, and they end up with a lot more ships and stuff. The battle AI, it's supposedly been improved in the last patch a couple of minutes ago, but I'm pretty sure the AI is still kind of dumb. And I'm gonna create my own fleet, of course. So let's just have the campaign start. And it's going through the years from 1890 to 1900, through the months. So let's see here, got my pen and paper, which will be important for figuring out my like the base cost of my ships. I also got my calculator ready. Let me just get a drink while this thing keeps loading. It's still kind of slow. It's supposedly they improved the loading times, but it doesn't seem to be that much improved. And here we go. Could I edit out the loading time? I could. Probably not gonna. Let's see, politics. We start out kind of friendly with France, kind of unfriendly with Germany and Austria-Hungary, and a little bit better than neutral with Italy. Italy starts out kind of friendly with everyone. Finances. I want a bigger shipyard. I want crew training. I want transport capacity. I want a tech budget. Alright. Research. What do we have coming in? I think this is the one I need to research if I want my Dreadnoughts turret mechanism. And they're gonna come on their own. Common pointed ballistic whatever something. Gun layout. That will also be important. Yeah, I'm just gonna focus on hull strengthening. The more of these priorities I set, the longer everything else is gonna take. See, now it's at 2 months. I now reduce that down to 4 months, but that jumps up to 3 months. But I do want Krupp armor, so it might be worth it. Let's see, ship design, fleet. Let's design some ships. Let me open my can. And we start out with pre-dreadnoughts. Let me just roll up 5 of these AI designs and note down the cost. 11.5. And again. 11.2. I'm rolling much lower than last campaign, so this is gonna be hard. Gonna be a tight budget. 10.8. It's gonna be a very tight budget. $12.7. It's gonna be a very, very tight budget. And let's say that's 10. That averages out to... let's just round it up to 11. And what is 80% of 11? That would be 8.8. 8.8 million. Screw it, let's say 9. 9 million. That's my budget for a battleship. Oof. Oof! Ah. Not gonna be easy to make a good ship. Clear the slide. I want maximum bulkheads. Crew quarters seem to not add anything to the cost. Coal induced. Let's go with that one. Any of these affect cost? Not to any degree that matters. It's not that much more expensive. Harvey armor. Anti-torp, double bottom reinforced bulkhead, anti-flood 2 citadel. I might have to reduce size to get under budget. Front tower 4. It's not the best tower. Rear tower 3. It's not the best tower. Yeah. If I go basic. Not a big difference in cost going from basic to triple expansion. Can I reduce range? If the range is at minimum, that kind of the minimum operational range limits the ship to coastal defense. Well, I'm gonna need to have some range. Main guns. Can I fit 13s? That's over budget. Does this add anything to the cost? A little bit. Standard ratio. Increased HE for the secondary. Gonna go with nose fuse for the HE shells. And capped for the AP shells. Heavy shells, increased ammo, ballast light, TNT. Don't need enhanced loading. I want... it's gonna be coincidence rangefinder. Let's make my guns bigger and longer. That added a lot of cost to my ship. Now let's decrease the size of my boat. How small can I go? And still fit my stuff. Everything still fits. And it's even quite balanced. 4-weight offset. Not too bad. There we go. Quite balanced. Okay, 13.9s. Let's reduce them down to... okay, these are Mark IIs. Can I reduce them down to regular 13s? That's 10 million. Let's go with 12-inch guns. These are Mark 1s. I've got... the 12-inch guns are not even that much cheaper than the 13-inch guns. Reload time 67 seconds, 87. Why do I have Mark II 13-inch guns and only Mark I 12-inch guns? Okay, you know what? We are on a budget. Now let's increase them. Yeah, come on. and increase the length to the maximum, because longer barrels are just flat out better. It gives me a decent penetration for my 11.9 inch guns, but the cost kind of high. I don't know what more I can reduce. Reducing the beam, reducing the draft. It's a tiny, tiny battleship. 9.3, that's as cheap as it can go. Alright. Because I rolled so badly when having the AI design my ships, I'm gonna allow myself to go over budget up to 9.5, because that was terrible rolling. 3-inch casemates. I didn't add that much to the pitch. Let's put them back on. Secondary guns. $9.7 million. That's still a very, very cheap battleship. I'm gonna go with it. It's okay, I'm allowed to break my own rules a little bit. Let's see, cruiser. Armored Cruiser 5. Okay, I'll start off with that available. Okay, nice. I think the starting technologies are kind of randomized, because in my last attempt at this little meme campaign, I did not start with this cruiser available. Well, this hull. And I had the Mark II 12-inch guns, but only the Mark I 13-inch guns. Now it's the other way around. So, that's... yeah, I think it's kind of randomized. Let's roll. $7.2. 7.3. Let's call it. $7.8. $7.2. $7.5. And 7.6. Yeah, let's say that's an average of 7.5. Let's decrease that by 20%. I think this is going to be almost impossible to design a good ship on this basic. 7.5 times 0.8. 6 million. $6 million. Is this even gonna be possible? St. George class cruiser. It already starts at the minimum displacement, because Let's reduce it way down. I'm gonna have to have some range. Speed. Okay, let's add on the stuff. Harvey armor. Anti-torp, double bottom, reinforced bulkheads, anti-flood. Citadel 2. Might have to reduce some of this stuff. Can I put that tower here? Yes, I can. That's a big tower. That's too big. That's too big. And that's too big. That's 6 million already. Funnel, compact funnel. Engine efficiency is bad. Let's induce the boilers. Triple expansion, still bad. Need a bigger funnel. Let's add a cheaper main tower. %, and I'm already at my limit. Gonna have to make it slower. I'm not sure if I can actually design. Let's see. Let's go no anti-torp, single bottom, anti-flood 1, citadel 1. Made it a little bit cheaper. Main guns. Uh, 11-inch guns, that's the same as on my battleship. That's kind of big. Let's go 9-inch guns. 5.8. I do not have barbettes. Can I add another turret there? Yes, I can. It's big 4-weight offset, but I'm kind of on budget. Kind of. Not quite, but close enough. Like so. It's an interesting design. Some guns have a poor sector of fire. No, they don't. It's a decent sector of fire. Secondary guns. I don't even have any of this stuff added. Standard ratio, increased ratio for the secondary shells. Nose fuse, capped, heavy shells, Priest shells. Ballistite, TNT. And let's go longer barrels. That added a lot of cost. Let's take away those. 7 million. $7.1. You know, okay, it's over budget, but it's let me just save that design. And see if I can reroll 5 more times and just get them more expensive. At 7.4. Then I can tell myself it's okay. That's 7.8. That's 8 million. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to do something here. I can't cheat like this. Just move everything forwards. To reduce my aft weight offset. And also reduce the size of my citadel. That's better. 6.5. I'll take it. Does this add anything to my cost? Yeah, it does. Not a great cruiser, but it's kind of on budget. That's the Diadem class. Could have been a beautiful ship, but the budget came in the way. Let's design a light cruiser. That's the best light cruiser hull I have. Let's roll up 5 random designs. And average out the cost. 3.3. 3.6. 3.5. 2.9. 3.6. That adds up to a, let's call it 3.4. Nah, it's more than that. It's around 3.5. Yeah, let's say call it 3.5. Let's get my calculator. 3.5 multiplied by 0.8. 2.8. $2.8 million to design a light cruiser. Let's shrink her down. Speed 23 knots to begin with. Let's start from the beginning without the AI stuff cluttering stuff. Alright, make her small, make her faster. Range, kind of important on a light cruiser. Crew quarters, spacious, doesn't add anything to the cost. I do need spotting. The cost difference between the towers, not that great. Let's go with that funnel to begin with. Induce the boilers. Triple expansion. Unbalanced. Hydraulic. Okay, that's 7.5 funnel capacity for Can I shrink my citadel down? We are at 1.7, so I got more than $1 million to play with. Uh, 78% efficiency, that's not great, but it's, you know. 7-inch guns? 1.9, but ship is overweight. Let's add to the displacement a bit. We're at 2.2. I can reduce the beam. I can reduce the draft. It actually makes her more stable. And then I can make the guns longer. We're at 2.1, we are still under budget. I can make them bigger. Still under budget. That's effectively an 8-inch gun. That's a 7.9. with respectable penetration values. Yeah, that's decent penetration. At 5,000 meters I can pen almost 17 inches of belt armor. $18 now. That's good, that's good. I can even add secondary guns. And maybe even add some armor. If I can fit some secondary guns, that would be great. I can fit them there. Casemates. These weigh 17 tons. Wait, 9. These are much lighter than the casemates. What gives? What gives? Because now I'm like worried about my weight limit. Ship is overweight, but I'm still under budget. So I can increase the displacement. 2.8 is my budget, so let's actually keep these here because they fit. And then see if I can put my 3-inch guns here and here. I can. 2.87. Rounding error. I'll take it. I will take it. Let's see. Armor. Forward offset. It's fine. Save it. So that's my light cruiser, and then I need my destroyer, not a battleship. Destroyer. Okay. Let's go, Casino Bot. 2. Like sometimes the ships the AI designs are not even like legit. That's another 2 million. But I'm just doing this to get the like the baseline cost. That's 1.7. Okay, the last one. Give me an expensive one now. 1. Let's call it 2. So yeah, 1.9. That averages out to what? Like 1.6? Let's call it 1.6. More or less. So 1.6 is my budget. I think I should be able to get under that. Speed 32 knots. Let's say 30. Displacement small, bulkheads maximum, quarters spacious. Let's reduce you down a little bit. Range don't have to be that great. It's just a destroyer. Main tower. Secondary tower. I can go... There's not that much difference in cost between these. Okay, now let's see here. Induced, and we are at 100%. Can I go with the small funnel? Yes, I can. Triple expansion. It's not a big difference in cost. Harvey Armor actually made it much cheaper. We can go double bottom, reinforced bulkheads, anti-flood 2. Coincidence, rangefinder. Now it must have a torpedo launcher. Let's put you there. Aft weight offset. Let's put that there. Get some better angles on that torpedo launcher. Now let's add the guns. We are at 1.2. We are under budget. Let's make my guns bigger. Let's make my guns longer. Still under budget. Let's go increased HE. Nose fuse HE shells. Capped ballistic AP shells. Heavy shells. Increased ammo. Ballistite TNT1. Enhanced loading. Let's keep standard torps. 18-inch. Okay, we are overweight. Standard torpedo armament. Got a little bit of a forweight offset, but that's not too bad. That's actually not too bad at all. Aft weight offset now. There we go. That's a well-balanced destroyer, and it's under budget. Paladin. Nice name. Alright. Those are my ships for now. Let's build some ships. Let's build a navy that Colin would be proud of. Finances. I've got 400 million. Let's start with 10 battleships. Select port, Scapa. Select port, Portsmouth. Select port, Plymouth. Select port, Rosyth. Finances. That cost me 100 million. That makes sense because they were 10 battleships at roughly 10 million each. So, alright. Math. Heavy cruisers. They cost 7.1 million each. Not that much cheaper than my battleships. Gonna need 15 of those. Scapa. And Portsmouth. And Plymouth. Finances 200 million. Let's see. Diadem. Which is that? Hang on. What did I do? Okay, those are my over budget cruisers. I thought I deleted that class, but okay. Okay, I thought I deleted that class. What's the weight offsets on this? That's not too bad. Okay, so these are my cheaper heavy cruisers that I actually designed more or less on budget. Thought I deleted the St. George. Okay, I didn't. So these got 2x2 9-inch 46 caliber guns. Okay. Alright. So I guess I can build some of my cheaper heavy cruisers as well. My budget cruisers. Actually, let's go ahead and scrap some of these. Not all of them, but 2 in each port. And then build the ones I should have clicked suspend, shouldn't I? Because I don't think I got my money back when scrapping them. But okay, that was my bad. Let's build 10 of the Diadem class. Oop. Okay, Diadem Undaunted King Alfred. Isn't that one of the Advance Wars guys? You can go to Dover. I want to sail you guys down to the Mediterranean with a group of light cruisers. And these guys can go to Roseth. Light cruisers, I need some of these guys. Let's say 15. Got 99 million left. Five of them to Scapa. And 5 of them to Portsmouth. And the last 5 to Dover. Alright, destroyers. $20. 5 to Scapa. 5 to Portsmouth. 5 to Plymouth. And these can go to let's send them to Barry. Alright. Still got some money left over. That's nice. That's nice, because my monthly balance, to start off with, not that great. Okay, start campaign. This was my fleet that I wanted to send down to the Mediterranean. Do I have anything in Hull? Nothing in Sunderland. Small fleet in Roseth. Roseth. You are my Baltic Sea Squadron. Russia, not yet added to the game. Neither is... well, they're in the game, but not in the campaign. You guys in Barry, you can go to Belfast. Keep the Irish in check. Got some big fleets in Plymouth and Portsmouth. And a very big fleet in Scapa. Politics. Kind of friendly with French and Italian. Last one I played before the new micro patch, before the hotfix. I actually ended up going to war with France before Germany. France, I don't know what they were doing. They were just going to war with everyone. And then surrendering, of course. Turret mechanisms. Gonna need my superimposed gun if I want to design a decent dreadnought. All right. So far, so good. Tension. Western Mediterranean, British versus Italian. So these are all positive relations because they are not going into the minus. Where's my fleet? There's my fleet. And here's that fleet. So yeah, improving relations with the French and Italians. That's nice. Okay. I'm having worsened relations with the Austro-Hungarians in the Western Mediterranean, but in the Eastern Mediterranean we are friends. Alright. I guess. Whatever. Let's move them into port. Into Valletta. Can I even fit all those ships in that port? I might not. We will find out. New technology. Next discovery is not ready yet, but I think the next discovery might be a dreadnought hull. I don't have a dreadnought hull yet, do I? No, I do not. So no point in designing anything new just yet. I don't even need to focus that one. Yeah, let's keep going like this. And just clicking the next turn and thing until stuff happens. Alright. The Italian Empire is asking a significant financial aid for their short-term naval expenditures, which we can pay from our own funds. In return, a special trade agreement will increase our GDP in the long term. What do you think? Sounds like a good deal, as we have enough funds for our current needs. At 78 million. I don't have that kind of money. I've got 47 million. The funds allocated for our navy are sacred and should not be negotiated with anyone. I got Krupp Armor 1. Got some new shells. Armor quality. Krupp 2. Let's reduce that one. Yeah, still not like enemies with the Italians, but I just can't afford to pay that much. Gotta move some of my ships to Limassol. Okay. Guess it just has to be that way. Next turn again. Okay. Austro-Hungarian Empire seems to be making enemies. They're kind of like the French in the last campaign I played. There is a military crisis in Trinidad. The government suggests using the current situation to strengthen our own influence in the region. What do you think? Send our diplomats to help them find a peaceful solution. 10 million. Send a division to demonstrate our naval power. 31 million. And that's -2 naval prestige, but -2 unrest. I've found that unrest can't go below 0, so that's no. The fleet is not ready for action in that region. We have other more important matters to solve. Yes, we do. Gun layout. Hull strengthening. I still don't know which technology this is, but I suspect it might be a Dreadnought hull. Nevertheless, this is the tech tree that develops new battleship hulls. My deficit is not as big as it was to begin with, so I'm hoping it might go into the green before I go bankrupt. Okay, more tensions. Okay, these ports are like over the limit, but it doesn't seem to have any effect. Politics. I think it's gonna be war with the Austro-Hungarians soon. Let's keep going until then. During a state dinner in French Empire, there was a heated discussion between our ambassador and members of French Empire's government. The Prime Minister asks you how we could best handle this embarrassing situation. You think that our ambassador was trying to defend our country's rights? It probably was. Immediately recall the ambassador for consultation. Apologize through diplomatic channels and provide some compensation. 16.5 million. Oh. Interesting news, sir. The French Empire warns their head of Admiralty, Jean de Lamourneck, I don't know, for his excessive naval expenditures. He may soon be replaced if he continues to underperform. Indeed, interesting. Research, don't know what that is yet. Hoping it's the Dreadnought. Big guns. Mark II 12-inch guns. Might be useful. Might be useful. Okay. Let's keep going. Until something happens. Tension. Austro-Hungarian Empire is threatening us that they will declare war on us if we do not show a sign of reducing the tension against their country. They ask from us to invest a portion of our naval funds on their own industry as a sign of goodwill. We should gather the press to announce that we are mobilizing our forces to prepare for a war breakout as a response to the continuous harassment of Austro-Hungarian Empire. plus 15 naval prestige, plus 2 unrest, minus 10 relations with Austria-Hungary. We can give them an amount that can delay the inevitable for some time. 56 million. Give them all they want. We shall take it back with interest when our naval forces become ready to attack. Yeah, no, you're not getting my money. In a foreign press conference, you have been severely criticized by German Empire's Admiral of the Navy. What is your reaction? You find it unhonorable to talk about someone when he is not present. You advise him to criticize himself and his poor navy. No comments. Yeah. War. War erupted between French Empire and Austro-Hungarian Empire. Interesting. War erupted between French Empire and German Empire. Interesting. War erupted between French Empire and Italian Empire. War erupted between British Empire, hey, that's me, and Austro-Hungarian Empire. Okay, so I'm at war now. They've got a lot of big ships down here in the Mediterranean. They are also at war. Let's see. 4 light cruisers. Let's send these here as well. My Mediterranean cruiser squadrons. Ten battleships. Okay, that's not a fight I want to pick. So I'm just assuming the Italians, yeah, they've got battleships in the region. At least some. Let's see, politics. It's gonna be a war with Germany soon also, and it seems Italy as well. Oh, alright. I thought the Italians and Austro-Hungarians would be fighting each other, but apparently that's not the case. So this whole Mediterranean business might be a bit harder than I thought. Damn. What do the French have in the region? Cruisers. 2 battleships. Light cruiser. 1 battleship. Got battleships on the way. Okay, I'm striking these down here if war erupts between me and Germany. At least my economy is good again. Probably because it's a war. A serious incident has occurred which involves the German Empire. One of their profound politicians was assassinated in cold blood, and their government accuses us that we are behind this. They ask for humiliating concessions to forget the matter. How should we respond? They are asking for trouble. We should never accept this accusation. Prepare for war, if that is what they want. It's plus 15 naval prestige, some unrest, and minus 30 relations with Germany. That basically means war. A war with German Empire should be avoided at this time. We can accept their demand, which will also pacify our own people here, if the press becomes silent about this case. Huh, no. War. Okay. Uh-oh. 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 I could not withdraw from the battle. Then we must fight. I've got 5 heavy and 5 light cruisers. They've got 10 battleships and lots more. Are these my good heavy cruisers or the cheaper ones? And by good I mean the ones I accidentally built over budget. Sheesh. That's one of the cheap ones. The cheap one, that's a cheap one. Enemy smoke spotted to the north. Are these also the cheap ones? Yeah, they are. Have my light cruisers scout ahead. Maybe find the navy. While the rest of my fleet turns away. Okay, there we are. Retreat. Retreat. And retreat. And retreat. Smoke. Would be nice to get to maybe identify some of these Austro-Hungarian ships before the battle ends, one way or another. Hopefully I will be able to retreat with most of my ships somewhat intact. Because for sure I know I'm not winning a fight with this kind of fleet, AI or not. Let's see, heavy cruiser. Glorreiche. 8,000 tons, 5 million. It's cheaper than my heavy cruisers. But it seems it's built on a cheaper hull. $20 knots. Like okay armor. What's the speed of my heavy cruisers? If I can find them. 19 knots. Okay, battleships. Take it half. 17 knots. 7.3 millions. So they've actually been building stuff on a budget too. 10.8 inch guns. That's kind of tiny for a battleship. Now I know kind of what I'm up against. Still not a fight I want to pick. Okay, have these two engage some of the destroyers maybe. They can't run away. Yeah, the Pandora is gonna sink. But she did give me some intel before she died. And I might get the Pandur. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get the Pandur. Yep. Uh, 1.3 million. 33 knots. It's not a bad little destroyer. That's another one of those. Hopefully, by sailing this light cruiser in another direction, this entire fleet is not gonna follow my fleet, and I might be able to break away. Like, it's gonna be a defeat, but only at the cost of 2 light cruisers, so I can live with that. Especially when they're like less than 3 million. We are 14 kilometers away. And they're not pursuing my main fleet. That's good. So do I get to end the battle? Yes. That's a defeat, but it's not like a horrible defeat. See here, Valletta. These are undamaged. I can try and pick a fight with these 4 light cruisers. Now that it seems the main Austro-Hungarian fleet has retreated. And move this blob here. Three battleships, 1 battleship, 5 battleships. I can pick a fight with this group. I can set these to invade. Alright, that's it for this episode. Goodbye, and take care.